Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I will take you through this full soft glam look, and if you're interested as to how I achieved this, then keep on watching. So hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, my name is Shanti and it's so great to have you here. So let's get into this tutorial. So these are the eyelashes that I installed myself. I personally love them and I will link them down below in the description box if you want to purchase them yourself. So I start off by pinning my hair back so that my hair is out the way for this makeup routine. And then I apply my simple replenishing rich moisturizer. I love this moisturizer purely because it's lightweight, it works good for my sensitive skin, and I just feel like it's a great base for my makeup. So I start off by using my Morphe pencil for my eyebrows, and I just follow the natural direction that my eyebrows grow in. So my right eyebrow, the beginning of it tends to grow upwards, so I just follow the motion, and I prefer using a pencil just because it gives me more of a natural look for my brows. And with my left eyebrow, I try and mimic my right eyebrow just because they grow in a completely different way. So I just try and make that as symmetrical as possible. So now that I am happy with the shape of my eyebrows, I will then go in with my NARS concealer, and again just following the natural line underneath my eyebrows and to create more definition and sharpness for the brow. I tend to go really light with my concealer just because I don't want a harsh line to be present underneath my eyebrow, and then I will use a flat eyeshadow brush and just blend that out. So now that I'm happy with my under eyebrow concealer, I will then go in with my foundation. I'll be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear and my Dior Forever Skin Glow foundation, and I just mix those two together to give me the perfect shade. Honestly guys, these blend so well together. And just with strokes, I will just apply that onto my face. I try to not apply so much foundation to my under eye area just because we will be using concealer, so we don't want a lot of buildup of product underneath the eye area. So I try to just go very light when it comes to putting foundation underneath my eye, and just making sure that I have the most perfect blend using my beauty blender and just going over all the areas that my foundation needs to meet. You can apply your foundation with a brush, but I just love the flawless blend my beauty blender provides when applying my foundation. It literally looks like skin and it just melted so perfectly on my face. So then we are going to go in with our first concealer, and I'll be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer. And for this part, we really want to be so meticulous and precise on where we place our concealer. So we're going to go in an almost triangular direction and have a seamless line that goes down the side of our nose, and repeating that on the other side as well. And we're doing it in this motion just because of how we are going to blend it out. So then I will apply some of the concealer on my top lip to avoid any dark shadow, on my chin, one stroke down my nose, and in the center of my forehead. So being precise in the placement of your concealer will allow your pictures to be so perfect, and also when we apply the contour, it will just accentuate those highlighted areas seamlessly. So as we let our concealer sit for a brief moment, we are now going to contour our face with an angled brush, and I use a bronzer from Sleek, and I love this bronzer so much. I just think it contours my face so perfectly, and it adds just such a rich, gorgeous tone for my face. So we're just going to contour our cheekbones, our forehead, and do this on the opposite side as well. And then we will also contour our jawline, and we're doing this because we want to support those highlighted areas with the concealer to add that perfect definition and for the makeup just to look so flawless. So again, we are trying to be very precise when it comes to our contour placement. So then I will go in with my Morphe liquid blush, and I love liquid blush a lot, and I especially love the texture of this. And just with a brush, I will do light dabs over my contoured areas that I use with the bronzer. So after applying a small amount of the liquid blush, we will now use a beauty blender and blend out our concealer. And as you can see, we're going in a triangular direction for the concealer. So we're literally just following the direction that we placed it in, just to make sure that we're bringing out the best definition for our face. And as you can see, it's just giving such a beautiful blend. Try and make sure that when you do blend out the concealer, you don't blend out onto your nose as much, because we do need to blend out the concealer that is on the bridge of our nose, so we don't want to have too much going on in the nose area. So again, just repeat the same process on the opposite side of the face and just blend out all the areas that we applied our concealer on. So after I've blended out the first concealer, I will then blend out the liquid blush because I want it to sit on top of it first. So then, using the first concealer that we used for our eyebrows, I will just apply a little amount, following the same guideline rules in terms of placing it in a triangular direction. So then I'll place it underneath my eye area, my chin, on my forehead and on my nose. And don't apply it on my top lip, just because I don't want to cast a dark shadow on the lip area. We want that lip area to stay bright and not dark. So that's why I don't apply it this round, and I just use a brush, a nice soft brush, to just blend that out gently, following the same process as we did with the first concealer. So now that we've got a beautiful blend for our concealers, as you can see, it's melted in so nicely into the skin. I will just use a soft thin brush just to touch up any creasing underneath my eye area. And then for our setting powder, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I think these are one of the best setting powders for makeup, and it just gives such a flawless finish. So I will gently apply a light first coat of the setting powder, and making sure I'm taking the same principles that we did regarding the concealer, and making sure that we are going in a triangular direction. So every area that I did place my concealer, I will then use my setting powder just to set that in place. So to then add more warmth and depth for our contour, I'm just going in lightly again with my bronzer, bronzing the areas that we initially did at the beginning of this video, just to add that warmth and that definition in my face that the setting powder may have reduced, and even the concealer may have reduced as well. And making sure that I'm really adding that warmth and that definition around my jaw. You don't want to make your bottom of your face seem very light and ghostly. And then I will take some of the setting powder and add definition to the contour that we placed on our cheekbones as well. Like, girl, this face is looking so snatched. I love it. So with a nice big fluffy brush, I will then lightly brush away all the areas that we placed our setting powder on, so gently removing it from our cheekbone area, and just follow that process through. So when you remove the setting powder, you kind of get a better indication of if you need to re-warm up your face more with the bronzer that I use. So this is what I'm going to be doing, just warming up parts of my face with the bronzer, just making sure that, you know, it's looking all defined and contoured in the way that I want it to. So I'll be using my Glam Paris blush. Now I really like this blush. It's rosy. It's a gorgeous pinky rosy color. So just with little dabs, I would apply that onto my cheekbone areas. And if you want a better indication of where your cheekbones are, just give a little smile so that you can apply it in the correct areas. So after, I will then use my sleek highlighting palette, and I don't use a lot of highlighter because I don't like prominent highlighter on my face. So I just put some on my cheekbones, my forehead and my chin. And just to reinstate more definition for my nose, I will take my bronzer and just start from the inner corner of my eyebrow and work it down just to add a bit of definition there. Moving on to our eyelids now, we are using soft neutral colors for our eyeshadows. So I will go in with a light brown just to set the base for my eyes, and then I will go in with a lighter shade, almost like a pinky light brown shade for the inner corner. Very subtle, very soft, because we don't want to do too much. And then I will clean off any of the foundation or the concealer that may have gone onto my lips, because when we apply our liners, we don't want to have any excess on our lip to ruin the color of that. So I like to add just a bit of definition to my under eye. So I will go in with an eyeliner pencil and just add a bit of definition just to make my eye shape stand out a bit more. So that process of eyeliner is completely optional. And then just to protect my silk press, I will just put a silk scarf over my head before I apply my setting spray. And I love this setting spray. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is probably one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. I haven't changed it since I started using it. It's the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and I just drench my face in this baby. It just sets the face so perfectly. So whilst that dries, I will then apply a brown lip liner to line my lips. And once I'm satisfied with how my lips have been lined, I will then go in with my Rimmel Oh My Gloss lip gloss and just apply that onto my lips. And I love the shade of this lip gloss. It's very pinky but also very neutral and glammy at the same time. So I just apply that onto my lips, and just to add a bit more pinkness and a bit more of that soft glam edge, I will then go with my Morphe lip gloss and just apply that to the center of my lips. So now that we're coming to the end of the tutorial, I will then take out my hair clips. I did decide that I wanted just a bit more definition for my eyes, so I went in and applied a bit more eyeliner for this makeup look, and then just run my straighteners through my hair quickly before we finish and wrap this tutorial up. And there we have it. This is the finished look for this full soft glam tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making this video for you guys, and don't forget to comment, ask me any questions, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. So I can't wait to see you in my next one, and have a lovely day, honeys.